Hi guys, it's Wednesday, which means it's time for another episode of The Watchtower with your host DK. Today we're going to be looking at a Pagani PD1644, aka the Pagani Daytona Homage. But before we do any of that, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to this video to stay notified of everything that I'm uploading. Without any further ado, let's get down to it. So guys, I bought my watch from the Pagani Design Alley-factory store for €57 shipped from the Czech Republic. However, it has now jumped up to €65 for this. And so guys, here we have it, my first Pagani, although it's definitely not my last. I've got two more in the post. They all come in this black and gold cardboard box with the magnetic flip top lid. It's pretty well finished for cardboard, it does the job nicely. But here we have inside the star of the show, this Pagani PD1644. I went for the white dial variant with the black tachymeter bezel. It looks pretty good. It comes in this foam case just to protect it, and we're just going to get rid of that there for a minute. Again, more foam inside to protect it on its transit from the Czech Republic. Every Pagani comes with these blue polishing cloths. They're actually decent quality. I was quite surprised when I used them myself. So let's get rid of that. And inside we've got the Pagani Design guarantee card. And we've got the Pagani Design instruction manual, which actually does all of the Pagani Design watches. So my variant I think is watch 8, but they have every watch that they make inside. I barely read it, to be quite honest with you. And we've got the guarantee card, which if we flip it over is unsigned and undated. So guys, the specifications for this watch are it's 136 grams, 124 with 4 links removed from my wrist, 40.7 millimeters diameter at the top pusher, 44.2 at the crown. Lug tip to lug tip is 47.7 millimeters. It's a 20 millimeter strap tapering to 16 millimeters at the way down, back up to 18.1 millimeters at the clasp itself. So it's got a black ceramic tachymeter bezel, you can see there around the end, and supposed real sapphire glass, but we now have a way of testing that. So 1 second. And here we have our way of checking the diamond selector 2, the tool of every watch reviewer. I picked one up recently. And here we go. Good strong reading for sapphire glass as indicated by the diamond selector 2. That's good enough for me. 4 yellow bars there showing up. In terms of the back of the watch on the case back, it's a screw down case back as well. It's got the Pagani Design logo with PD1644 and Sport written on the back, stainless steel, 316L stainless steel, and 100 meters of water resistance, which is aided by a screw down crown and screw down pushers, which we can see here. Nice and easy to unscrew them as well. Good motion on these and very easy to screw back down as well. The crown is the same story, very easy to unscrew and very easy to screw back down as well. Nice motion on these, well finished, well made. So guys, features. This is a chronograph or a stopwatch watch. Unscrewing the first pusher at the mark of 2 o'clock there will allow the Mecha Quartz movement, the Seiko VK63 to start. You can see that hand ticking away there 4 times per second. You can also see the tachymeter bezel on the outside. This is the time how many times you can do something per hour. So if I stop there, I know I could do something 500 times per hour. To reset the movement, you just unscrew the crown down there at 4 o'clock. And you just give it a push, and what it'll do is fly back that hand to 12 o'clock. There we go. The 3 dials on the watch are at 9 o'clock you have the minutes dial, on the 3 o'clock you have the 24-hour dial, and down there at 6 you actually have got the seconds, which are powered by a quartz battery in the back. That's the Mecha Quartz, so mechanical chronograph, quartz second hands. Down there at 4:30 you have the date window, and on the outside you have that tachymeter bezel as I specified. Also, always remember to screw down your crown and your pushers, because if you do not, the water resistance is almost nil. So guys, time for the macro shot here. You can see the Pagani Design logo with chronograph and Sport in red. That's just printed on, it's not applied. Applied indices, and also you can see those dials are sunk in there to the white with the date wheel down there at 4:30. Everything is very crisp and clear on it. You can see Japan movement down there at the 6 o'clock advertising that Seiko Mecha Quartz movement. And it's just a really well finished watch. For the price I paid for it, I'm actually quite surprised because everything on it is really well finished and really well printed on. Very clear. So guys, here is the watch out in some natural sunlight. You can see that Pagani design is etched onto the clasp there. It's a really nice watch out in the sunlight. You can see that white dial there. It's not sunburst and it's no anti-reflective coating on it, but it does look pretty well out in the sunshine. That bracelet is a mix of polished and brushed, so it's brushed on the outside and high polish on the middle, with also high polish on the case on the outer edges. So it is picking up quite a bit of light off that, and if you don't like your watches very reflective, maybe this isn't the best on this bracelet. So guys, before I talk about things I like about this watch, I'm going to go through some of the dislikes. It's really light. I really don't like the weight of this watch. It's very light on the wrist, the bracelet and the quartz movement. I much prefer the Lario. It's 124 grams for the Pagani, 146 grams for the Lario. Lario wins all the way through. In terms of the bracelet, I don't like the high polished mid links. I much prefer the brushed look. And in terms of the clasp, they've really copied Rolex with doing the fold over clasp. However, it can be quite difficult to open, as you can see there, and it just unclips like so. It's got that nice fold over. It's quite well made, in fairness, for the price of it. They also give you an on-the-fly adjustment, so you just pop the link here. Gives you an extra 5mm of adjustment for a hot day when your wrist swells. One of the big problems though is these micro adjusts. You can see the little dot down there with my finger. It's incredibly hard to get into and they're really almost unusable. I had to bring this to a jeweler to get it resized. Also, this clasp can take a little bit of pressing and it's very hard to re-engage some of these. This one is a bit difficult. I've seen worse, but it's not a great one. I think they just tried too much. And guys, as with the Lario Daytona Homage we looked at, like most other sub €100 watches, the Lume isn't up to much. You're lucky you're getting Lume at all, to be honest, for this price, but unfortunately they seem to have put more on the indices there than on the hands, which means you can just about tell from the video that it's 11:45 at night, but it's really not up to much, and you're not going to be using this one to see the time late at night. It's just not worth the while. So guys, I mentioned my dislikes, but there's a lot to like about this watch as well. I mean, I picked this white and black color variant, which I think is great. It really aids in legibility, but there's also a black dial one with a white tachymeter. There's also a blue and silver dial, and there is a green and silver variant as well. The design of this watch is great as well, all thanks to Rolex, no thanks to Pagani, but it's very well homaged. You get a signed crown, as you can see there, with a nice polished edge on the side that looks quite well. The fact that you're getting a Seiko VK63 Mecha Quartz movement and 100 meters of water resistance with all screw down crown, pushers and case back is pretty incredible for under €60. And as well, that Seiko Mecha Quartz is something that I wanted to get in as well because I thought it was something interesting. Mechanical chronographs are incredibly expensive. You could get a hand wind one for about €150, that sort of Chinese army variant that seems to be all over AliExpress. But I think this one is great, and the fact that you get that flyback as well, as we see there, for the Seiko Mecha Quartz VK63 is just something that I wanted to have in my collection. I'm screwing down the pushers there, following my own advice. I do actually quite like the clasp. I really think that they did a great job of homaging Rolex's clasp system. As you can see there, trying to do this with these magician-y gloves on is pretty impossible, so I had to remove them to get the clasp open. If you bite your nails, this is going to be a tough one to get open. But for under €60 is what I paid, and for under 65 on the store at the moment, you get a properly machined clasp that is laser signed and etched into the clasp itself. You get that flip-flop system where it allows you to adjust by 5mm on the fly. I mean, the micro adjusts aren't great, but you can't have everything with this one. However, guys, this is what I wear it on. It's on this vintage leather rally strap in kind of a light tan color. It's handmade. I got it from a seller on eBay. I'll leave the link below. I think it just really makes the watch look so much more expensive than it is. It also takes away that issue of it feeling light on the wrist. I always think a leather watch will be forgiven a lot more than a steel watch for feeling light, and I'm going to keep it on this for years to come. So guys, there you have it, the Pagani PD1644, aka the Pagani Daytona. So what do you get for your money? Well, you're getting a Seiko Mecha Quartz VK63 movement, you're getting real sapphire glass, or real black ceramic tachymeter bezel on this one, 100 meters of water resistance with screw down pusher and a screw down signed crown, and you're getting a Rolex style fold over clasp. The downsides are the Lume is pretty appalling, to be quite honest with you, and also that micro adjust function is very hard to use without using a screwdriver for eyeglasses, which is what I found success with. So guys, that's been the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I've got 2 more Paganis coming in. One has arrived and the other's in the post. If you'd like to see me do a review of one of those, or you'd prefer to see something completely different like my Vostok Commandeer ski from the 80s, or my Raketa Perpetual calendar, please let me know. Until next time guys, I've been DK and I'll see you soon.